Thank God it doesn't feel like 93 or 94, but it has flown. It's really hard to believe looking back. Just again, all the changes in Tulane, all the changes in our sport, but it's been an amazing journey. I do. I feel like that. Just like I mean, look at football. I think football has really set a standard here, and I think the best is yet to come for them. And I think for us, trying to figure this new league out, what we can do in there, I'm tremendously excited about what we can do. Yeah. Um, I think the postseasons have set a standard for us. So I think what I think about those is that we need more. We don't have a season that we're not trying to get in the postseason. This year, a change in the NIT, a change in NCAA tournament. It's a little different, so it's a challenge for us. Yeah, I mean it's certainly tougher now to make the NCAA tournament than it was, and we made nine in a row, and I think Conference USA at that time, the access to the NCAA tournament was as good for us as it was for anybody else. So it's definitely tougher. For us, I think it's just a matter of looking at it, and we've got some good teams on our schedule, trying to take those on, and try to find a way to succeed in the NIL world. It's very really different. Sometimes you feel like you're playing the Pelicans, with a roster. But for us, I mean, I'm excited about what we have, and really the kind of student athletes we can get here. I mean, they're really committed. Yeah, that was really an honor for me. I was there 19 years, and I went through maybe five or six changes of the league, and I was very surprised when they called me. It was great, and I think I look back on some of those teams, and the teams that we competed against in that league were tremendous. So I'm very honored. You know, I think that's what we all have to do now. I definitely think that players that have good seasons, you got to figure out how you can continue to keep them and keep them happy with their role. One of the things I feel like that's great with Tulane is I've got three neuroscience majors, and they really want that degree. So I think that's a positive for us. But it's a different world, and also coaching kids that haven't been in your program long. I've had grad students, and again, Hannah Pratt is one of them, and doing a great job. But this is my first year with her, and by the time you kind of learn about them, it's probably November or December. So putting those together is a challenge too. Right. That's an interesting question because we've got new coaches in our existing league that haven't coached there, like Memphis has a new coach and different coaches there, plus six new teams. When people ask me about the league, I really can't, I really don't know. I mean, I know what I've seen last year. And again, with the portal, that really changes the dynamics of teams. So I think it's going to be learn on the fly a little bit. But my staff's got a lot cut out for us. We have a lot of scouts this year, a lot of new scouts. So it's going to be a challenge there. Yeah. I joke all the time that she's tougher than Michael. I joke with Michael about that too. But no, she's great. They both have matching knee braces on, and but just a competitor like him. I mean, just really competitive. She can shoot. You got a 6'2" player that can play multiple positions. She played on a really good program at Columbia. They had put a really good team together. So she's got to play big for us. I think you're going to see some really good things from her. Well, it does make it easier. I think having experience coming back and coming in, when you talk about Hannah Pratt coming in, that definitely helps a lot. Last year was such a question because we lost seven players from the roster before to graduation. So getting through last year with all the questions, I think at least we know our team better this year. So we're certainly excited about that. It's just a matter of kind of putting the pieces together. Probably our biggest question is our point guard spot. We lost somebody who played a lot of minutes at that. So that's going to be a spot we've got to figure out. We got a lot of options. I think we Kiki Middleton's a two guard. We've moved her in there a little bit. You've got our Italian player Chiara, and we got a transfer, Kayla Rainey from Northwestern, and we got a really good freshman in Joy. And so I think those players, I mean, right now it could be anybody's game, and some of it's going to be who the team runs better with. And we talked to them about that, as about being that leader up there. But I was spoiled last year with Rachel, because Rachel played like I don't know 37 minutes and didn't turn the ball over, and led the league in assists, and led the league in free throw shooting. So I was a little spoiled there. So I got to work now. Well, I think it's always stressful, but I think I'm excited about a new change. It's South. I mean, South Florida is definitely the team to beat. I mean, they've been the team that's been really good in our league, so they're going to be the team to beat. You look at East Carolina, had a major turnaround last year. They were voted last in the conference and ended up winning the tournament. So that kind of shows you what the portal can do. But I think it's going to be one of those things you've got to really ready to adjust. I mean, I think we got to be ready to adjust to different styles. And but I do think the American, as it was last year, really prepared us for a high level. The last few years of the American Conference has been really good. And, we've been around that 5, 6, 7 range as far as conferences. So I think that'll prepare us, and hopefully we'll be ready. I think it's definitely different challenges. I think when you look at the talent that's going to the Power Fives, but a lot of them are transferring out. So, sometimes it might be who can get the players transferring out from non-Power Fives to come in and make a impact in your program. One thing I've had to do in Conference USA and the American is I've had to adjust all these years. And if somebody asks me my strength, it's probably that I can adjust to change. Well, in the last 4 years, we've had a lot of change. And so I think for us to be good and make an impact, I mean, my staff and I, we've got to be ready to change in recruiting, and we got to be ready to change in style of play. He hasn't changed at all. He hasn't changed at all.